Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Thomas Rants YouTube channel. We are a bit dark today, my apologies. Just that it's very sunny outside and the lighting just isn't, realistically, it's just not on my side. So I'm just going to move my light a bit closer to me. No difference whatsoever, that is brilliant, you would just love that. Should I just stay over here so we can get lighting? Honestly, anyway. Today is the day we waited for all year, the day we always wait for all year. And I'm not just talking about it's the day of WrestleMania. I'm talking about it's the day we can make WrestleMania predictions, make predictions for the biggest matches of the year, and give our thoughts and opinions and hopes for the matches. Let's start, right, so today's Saturday, we are literally a few hours away from WrestleMania. Night 1. WrestleMania 40. They've labelled it the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Whether it will live up to that, I will be the judge. All of us. What is my hair doing today? We will all be the judge. We will see if they speak fact or cap. So starting off night 1, we have this random match that got made, and like it's not random, but it's just like we didn't see it coming, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. The team of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. So we know obviously last year Dominic Mysterio had his whole father-son feud with Rey Mysterio and they had the match at WrestleMania, right? And obviously they're going to be on bad terms because they don't like each other anymore. But then, like, you know, for a long time, Santos Escobar, after he betrayed the LWO, has been feuding with the LWO with his own Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, the new Legado del Fantasma, and you know. And basically, you can't see me, can you? This is fucking, honestly. Is it better there? That is so bad. That is. Oh. Yeah, but that's just in my shot. Get out my shot. Get out my shot. Whatever. I only have light on one side of my face. Who gives a fuck? So yeah, so he's been feuding as the Legado del Fantasma versus LWO, and obviously been feuding with Rey Mysterio. So Rey Mysterio goes fine, you're gonna have this WrestleMania match, but they're not gonna do Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar because one, they've already had that match. Two, not big enough for WrestleMania. Sorry, but this is just twat. So they're not gonna do that. So said they somehow brought Dominic into it. Instead of just having a big LWO versus Legado del Fantasma match, they brought Dominic into it because Dominic, even though he's part of the Judgment Day, becoming a nuisance with Santos Escobar. And then Rey Mysterio goes fine tag team match. I faced Dominic last year 1-on-1. I've faced Santos 1-on-1. Let's do Santos team up with Dominic Mysterio, a man who's not a part of your faction and is in fact a part of a different faction, and you can take on me, Rey Mysterio, who's been out with injury because of Santos, and another LWO member, and he calls it the latest LWO member. Do you know who it is? We're all thinking, ooh, new LWO member. Oh, who could it be? Dragon Lee. What do you mean latest LWO member? Right, I'm not mad at Dragon Lee's officially joined the LWO, but I mean he's been basically fighting by the side of LWO and feuding with Santos Escobar and them lot for ages anyway, and Dominic Mysterio. I suppose it makes sense when, you know, he was feuding with Dom over the North American Championship, but like that, a bit overhyped in my opinion. So this match, I'm not that interested in, but I can imagine they'll show up on the night and they'll show out. It does just seem very slapped together, so Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee LWO, I'm going to say, are going to win. In the next match, this one's, again, not out of nowhere, but like, Damage Control, Asuka and Kairi, the tag champs, and Dakota Kai coming out of injury, will take on Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill. Obviously, Bayley left Damage Control. Bayley's going for Io's title. That leaves the tag champs and Dakota Kai doing nothing at WrestleMania. So they chucked Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill in a feud with them. Literally been feuding for like 2-3 weeks, but it is what it is, right? I'm just gonna hold this here so you can see me. It is what it is, realistically. yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're just, you know, they don't want to go WrestleMania without using the tag champs, without using the whole of Damage Control, without, you know, using Bianca. Why bring Naomi back to not use her? And Jade Cargill, they need to use, do you know what I mean? So they're using all of them. They're using all of them. Decent. To be honest, I'd watch the shit out of this 6-woman tag. Love it. Now, they didn't know what to do with the tag team bouts. So went, who should we defend it against? We don't know. So they made a 6 teams in a ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. Judgment Day, Damien and Finn. The New Day. New Day's, like, obviously they've been back, but there's always, you noticed, since about 2018, there's always been one, actually since Kofi Mania, there's always been one member of the New Day injured, whether it's Xavier, Kofi or Big E. Never had, like, all three for ages. So I'm excited to see them back. Plus, we saw Big E at Hall of Fame last night, and obviously we've been seeing Big E for ages, but he's been out injured nearly 2 years now. Nearly 2 years. So you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, obviously doesn't mean New Day have to win, but Big E's got to be recovered by now. I mean, I know it was a broken neck, but like 2 years? Come on. So I'm thinking Big E appearance in the match. DIY are in there, deserves, you know, biggest, you know, one of the biggest tag teams in NXT history. You know, you have to have DIY in there. Then we have New Catch Republic, the newly formed team of Butch and Tyler Bate. I find it really sad how, like, I think Sheamus got injured. And Brawling Brutes just fell apart because Sheamus got injured. They go, ooh, Butch, we'll turn you back into Pete Dunne. Butch finally sticked with me, and then they turned it back to Pete Dunne. They put him with Tyler Bate, and then Ridge Holland retired from in-ring action. What? But yeah, you know, there's New Catch Republic, and then we've got A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, the two most hated men on the roster. Who doesn't hate them? And then the final team, the remade Awesome Truth. Miz doesn't get the credit he deserves these days, and R-Truth is finally getting the credit he deserves for being one of the funniest guys ever. So my prediction is, it's either, I've got 3 predictions, but I'll give you the most likelies. It's either a Judgment Day retain, and I'll tell you why, because they want Judgment Day to be one of the most dominant tag teams ever, don't they? But I think that's not gonna happen because we're getting a bit bored of it, you know what I mean? And they wanna turn these tag belts into actual tag belts. I'm just saying this. Or I think on the off chance that Big E is returning to full time in ring action, if he makes a return in this match and he helps the New Day win, we could get the classic old New Day back. Or I think Awesome Truth bring it out because they realise the fun R-Truth brings to everyone, and the eyes R-Truth is actually bringing. You know, people would be entertained in the tag team division, especially with Awesome Truth. They feel like you know, probably Miz needs that bit of a shine as well. These two are legends. So I'm gonna guess Awesome Truth. My guess is Awesome Truth. Sorry, I realised for the 6-woman tag match I didn't give a prediction. My prediction is Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. That's obvious. So my guess for the tag ladder match, Awesome Truth, new champs. Mark my words. Then we have brother versus brother, Jimmy versus Jay. This is very tough. Now, it's very easy and obvious to say, oh, they're going to make Jey Uso win because they want Jey Uso to be the main eventer. Main event Jey Uso. He's on a rise right now. He's getting a push and all this. And that's fine. That's fine to believe that. But I just think, right, and to be honest, they probably will. I just think, as a company, it would be very silly to have just one of them win, right? Because you could have Jimmy win, you know, member of the Bloodline, get the Bloodline involved, you know, kind of do that. I mean, if you were to have Jimmy win, you'd have to get the Bloodline involved, right? But you're trying to push Jay for main event, so you don't want him losing. But you don't want to push Jay for main event and squash Jimmy. My guess is the way this should work in my head is they're brothers, they're twins, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, if not the greatest tag team of all time. Have it a draw. Have neither man win, neither man lose. Every time these men face off one-on-one, no winner. You can't have a winner over the Uso. Imagine you're the other Uso and you lose and you're like, wow, so I'm the least favourite Uso. I mean, Jay's already got all the shine. I'm pretty sure, you know, Jimmy doesn't want to lose after Jay's got all the shine. So my guess is a draw. That I'm going for a draw. It would be smart. Then Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I think Gunther continues his reign. I think they need someone big to take the belt. I mean, Sami Zayn is big. He's got the character. He's got the hype to take it. I just don't see it. I mean, I see it, but I don't. You know what I mean? I don't. So I'm gonna guess Gunther retains because they're gonna want to be a 9-1 champion. You know, if they're gonna have Reigns lose this title, I don't think they're gonna have Gunther. If they're gonna have Reigns and Judgment Day lose the title, there's no way Gunther's also losing that title. One of them has to keep it, and I think Gunther's keeping the title. Then Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Looking at the reception, they're getting the man. Becky Lynch is one of all-time favourites for everyone. And now Mammy, Rhea Ripley, is everyone's new favourite. And to be honest, she's not even... She got it last year, so she's only just reigning for a year. So the way I see it, I don't see Becky winning, because everyone would just get a bit bored of that. It would be kind of be like the Charlotte thing of, do we need Becky to keep having the title? I see Rhea Ripley retaining, and I think it would be the smarter thing to do. Then in the main event, we have Cody Rhodes and the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns and The Rock. I've said in previous videos, the winner of this match does not matter. If Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes wins, cool, that means bloodline free for Cody's match the following night, right? Doesn't change the result of Rollins and Drew, and it doesn't matter the result of Reigns and Cody, because if it's no bloodline there, right, I'm sure Cody Rhodes could win in a fair match. But then in the fair match, bloodline could still get involved even though they're not supposed to, and Reigns could win. That could lead on to furthering the feud. But if The Rock and Reigns win, which I think will happen, then it means bloodline rules following night. Bloodline get involved to obviously try and help Reigns win, but then the whole roster gets involved to take down the Bloodline, like this epic endgame battle. The Bloodline are one of the most dominant forces in the whole of WWE. It will take the whole roster who've all had issues with them. The whole roster will come out and take them out. And I think that's going to be sick. It does not matter either way, because either way, you have Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes wins. Cody Rhodes gets his momentum. Seth Rollins, the champ, isn't losing. But then it seems a bit more obvious to me to have Reigns and Rock win, because then you can't bring Rock to WrestleMania and make him lose. People will be pissed, right? Because Rock is he's a mainstream person. He's going to bring eyes to the event, you know what I mean? And Reigns, you still want him to be dominant, you know what I mean? You want the Bloodline to look dominant. And then on the following night, when it's Bloodline rules, that's when the big battle comes, and that's just the one slip-up that will make Reigns lose his title. So that's for tonight. That is for tonight. I remember my predictions. I think Reigns and Rock win. Rhea Ripley retains. Gunther retains. Draw between Jimmy and Jay. Awesome Truth win the ladder match. Jade, Naomi and Bianca win the 6-woman tag. And Rhea and Dragon Lee win the tag team match. Tomorrow night, the final chapter, the newly formed team of Karrion and Kross, who should have been utilised a lot more obviously, but you can't utilise everyone at the same time, can you? No, so people are going to have their time. And the return of Authors of Pain. I loved it when they returned, because I missed Authors of Pain. They were never exciting, you know, on the mic. They weren't exciting characters, but they were exciting in the ring. They were dominant. They were interesting. I just wondered, where did Authors of Pain go? And then they came back, and that's really cool. I'm glad that they came back, and they can be used. But then Bobby Montez and Angelo Dawkins against them, 6-man tag. This one for me is sticky. It's sticky still, because this is another one that it could go either way. You can have Final Chapter win because they're meant to be more dominant. And, you know, like AOP versus Street Profits, I think AOP win like 7 out of 10 times. And, you know, you just kind of want these, like, if you want these bad guys to seem powerful, you have to kind of have them have a big win. But then at the same time, since this new faction of Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits have formed, Bobby Lashley's had this whole thing of, come on, man, you're not doing shit. You know what I mean? And he wants them to do well, but they're not. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it would make sense to have them finally have their win, plus to want to end the feud. So my guess is Bobby Lashley and Street Profits finally overcome them. But it could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if the Final Chapter win. But both are new-ish factions, you know what I mean? They want to push both of them. But I'm going to guess Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Then we have AJ Styles, LA Knight, the Megastar versus the Phenomenal One. Big feud being building. Again, this is what's good about this WrestleMania. The matches are good match makes. Like they're good matches. They're even. They're 50-50. None of them are obvious. Like, they could both go either way. It would make sense for him to have LA Knight win in the Megastar because he is. Everyone loves LA Knight, and it would be a great push for him. It would be a massive, massive win for LA Knight. But you can't always have AJ Styles lose, and AJ Styles has been not been at the level he should have been at for ages now. You know, he hasn't had. We haven't had that good AJ Styles since he lost his belt to Daniel Bryan in 2019. We need AJ Styles back, and having him lose to LA Knight at WrestleMania kills that momentum. We need AJ Styles to win. But again, I just think. No, I think AJ Styles will win. I think they're going to troll us with, oh, LA Knight could win, but AJ Styles wins because he's the real good one. You know, LA Knight's been doing the whole where's he at, but I think they're going to have AJ Styles win because it still builds some anticipation for LA Knight. If AJ Styles win, people are like, oh, and they want to see LA Knight win in the future. So, yeah, I think AJ Styles wins. Then the triple threat match, Logan Paul for the United States title against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. This is a dream match for me, right? One, Logan Paul, he's going to probably get some people involved. I don't mind who, but like, you know, he could get Jake Paul involved, that would be cool, but he could also get KSI involved again. I hope he gets KSI involved again, because that would be really cool, and I love KSI, and I'd love that to happen. But then they've put them against two men. Kevin Owens, my favourite on the current roster. I love Kevin Owens, I need him to have a singles title. I wish I was a WWE fan when Kevin Owens was the Universal title holder. Unfortunately, I became a fan of the company, of the business, a year after Kevin Owens' Universal title reign, but I love Kevin Owens. And Randy Orton, before he came back, I was acknowledging him as the GOAT, and I realised Randy Orton is the GOAT, and I think since he's came back, he needs a title win. And I think this match, again, it could go either way. For me, I would love to see Kevin Owens hold that title, but it would be highly respectful in the need to have Randy Orton win this match. But I've got this bad feeling that Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are teaming up together, right, against Logan Paul currently on SmackDown and all this, you know, to be like, oh, we're just going to take out Logan Paul. But I have this bad feeling that's not going to go the way, because in WWE, when does anything ever go straight forward? When does anything ever go the way we want it? You know what I mean? Nothing goes 100% to plan. So I feel like this partnership isn't going to work, and then Logan Paul's going to find some way to like get a roll up and win. But look, I think the smart thing to do would have Randy win the belt. I'd love to see Kevin Owens win, but I have a feeling Logan Paul's going to win. But my prediction, I'm going to say Randy Orton. I'm going to say Randy Orton because it's the smart thing to do. If I know Paul Levesque, he's not Triple H. He's not going to disrespect Randy like this. So Randy Orton for the win. Then we have Bayley versus Io. Come on. Bayley's the GOAT. I've said it all the time. I don't care what makes sense, what doesn't. Bayley's taking that goddamn belt. The role model's back. What shit was it, like Gold Stand or something? The lockdown reign of Bayley is going to come to modern day in 2024. 2020 Bayley in 2024. Give Bayley the belt, bitch. Bayley's going to win. Seth versus Drew. I just think they're going to hand over the belt to Drew. The one Drew will have a title reign. You know, like, they made the World Heavyweight Championship, so, you know, we had a current World Champion that wasn't, like, going to reign for 3 years like Roman Reigns has. So I think, you know, Seth Rollins has held that belt for quite some months now. It would make sense to hand the belt over to someone like Drew McIntyre. So we have a bit more frequent title changes. So Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship, that is my prediction. Then the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. I predict this match is going to be Bloodline rules. And the whole roster is going to come out and have a big war against the Bloodline. I think Cody Rhodes comes out on top. I think the fans need it. I think the WWE would be stupid to not make that happen. Cody Rhodes is becoming a favourite. And to be honest, I'd rather them end Roman Reigns now while he's still considered one of the GOATs than have him retain again and then be champion for another year. Because I don't know if you've noticed, Roman Reigns in 2022 was quite a bit hotter than Roman Reigns in 2024. He's not quite that same, like, he's obviously still the guy, but it doesn't feel as emphatic because you've got so many other stars now. You've got Cody Rhodes, you've got Seth Rollins, you've got The Rock, you've got Randy Orton, you've got LA Knight, you've got CM Punk, you've got, like, and congratulations to WWE, congratulations to Triple H for making as many stars. Because for years we've had like one star on the roster. Thank you WWE for giving us some stars. But I think just let Roman Reigns die while he's on top, then have him fall off. You know what I mean? Let Cody take that belt. let us think about what ifs and what could have been if Reigns retained later on. You know, let us think about that later on. Like, oh, what if Reigns retained? What if Reigns was the GOAT for even longer? Let us think about that. It's better than watching him die and being like, nah, he wasn't as good. So, my prediction for night 2 goes Bobby Lashley and Street Profits win. AJ Styles wins. Randy Orton takes the US title. Bayley takes the women's title. Drew McIntyre takes the World Heavyweight title. And Cody Rhodes takes the undisputed Universal WWE Heavyweight Championship of the world. Whatever you call it. The Ultimo Belt. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Guten Tag. Goodbye. It won't stop recording.